All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Shalom to the elect of Israel, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that the Lord will have mercy on in these latter days. Shalom to the men of the Lord, prophesying, preaching, and teaching in sincerity and in truth, especially in these latter days. Shalom, shalom. Uh, and I want to go into a particular topic that kind of addresses our enemy Esau-Edom and just kind of level setting the position that we're in, because a lot of guys out there thinking that like it's okay to be carnal, and this, to be honest with you, is the least. Uh, this is the worst time to be carnal, because at this point we know that the Most High has given our enemy Esau-Edom the sword, and in the latter days his sword would be, and his ability to kill and destroy things would be at an all-time high. But we got guys out there that are thinking it's okay to put on this militant spirit, or to bring firearms to to camps and flash them. Now, by all means, if you got everything within this man's system legally, then you carry and you do it to protect yourself. But that spirit of flashing it to be kind of puff your chest out, you know well, that's you putting faith in carnal things, and ultimately the Most High did not say that he was going to deliver us by those means. Okay, now if he wants us to if the Most High wants to really show his powers, man, he's not going to do it through uh through firearms, by and large. He's gonna make it a spectacle. He's gonna give his man actual spiritual powers to overcome the things that they need to overcome in due time. But trying to trying to pivot to make it almost borderline a doctrine that you need to be you know uh armored up, you know when our enemy, his power comes from the Most High, his ability to create all these weapons, nukes, laser energy weapons, the internet surveillance, which is what I'm going to go into here. I mean, this guy has thermal vision. He can see you through the house without you even knowing he's there, and he can send a missile, a drone. You know, they got robot dogs. So you guys are gonna that are in the spirit of being zealots. Y'all are gonna get utterly and completely rolled on. All right. It says here, Baltimore halts spy plane flights as program fails to reduce homicides. Now, um, this shows you basically right here that Esau-Edom has it all over you niggas, because Baltimore is an area very heavy in Jakes. There's a lot of violence in those neighborhoods. There's a lot of drugs. I mean, the entire TV show The Wire was a smash hit because of how prominent it is in that area. All right, and what has Esau-Edom done? He's brought in his technology. Now, I didn't really know that. I assumed that they were, but I didn't know that this was a publicly known program. I figured they would have been hiding it more. But it straight up says here, the Baltimore City Police Department spokeswoman says grounding of the spy plane comes as surveillance flights fail to deter violent crime in the metro area. So they brought this to try to deter violent crime, but we all know Esau-Edom doesn't really care about crime as long as it's being committed Jake on Jake crime. You know, ultimately this is just a test for what they really want to do, which is basically control us and subdue us. But it says called the Aerial Investigation Research Program. So what are you niggas gonna do on the corner with an MP5 or an AK or a Glock? This is foolish, man. And that zealot spirit is gonna get a lot of you Jakes killed, you know. And I'm just being honest with you. because it's said in the scriptures how our deliverance will come. It says, readers may recall we've highlighted this dystopic surveillance program several times, and it is dystopic because Esau-Edom is a madman. But we should know our enemy well enough to know these things. It says of civilian planes outfitted with high-tech, possibly military optical sensors, and the military, man, they can see everything, man. There's really no hiding, you know. That's the reason Esau has what you call the dumbs, the underground bases that go deep underground, sometimes even a mile underground, to get away from these types of sensors because he knows the type of technology that's out there. You ain't doing nothing hiding in the basement, man, or in your apartment or in a house somewhere. It says recording the citizens' every move, and notice this is over Baltimore, a area that's very uh, high population of Israelites. It says the program was financed solely by Texas philanthropists Laura and John Arnold via their organizations called Arnold Ventures. The plane's optical sensor is able to record large swaths of the city at a given time. And this is what they're just admitting to on paper, man. They're saying it's going to end here on Saturday, but come on. If this is in Baltimore, you know it's in Chicago, you know it's in New York, you know it's in Miami and LA, and every major city, everywhere there's a concentration of Israelites, you know they have this technology. All right. And this isn't even getting into the weapons that they can attach onto these things. These things don't even have to be manned. They have what you call drones they can control from thousands of miles away, in a desert in Nevada or Utah somewhere. And y'all won't have any idea. All right. Now, King David prophesied a lot of these things would happen, throughout the book of Psalms. And uh and ultimately the solution is to pray to the Most High, man, not pick up a strap. All right. When you read what these things, these crafty devices that we knew that would happen, you know, we're lamenting and praying to the Most High to deliver us, man. And that is our way out of here. All right. Now, that's not to say a brother can't own a personal protection device, you know. But if you're in that spirit to where that's going to be your means of deliverance, then you're likely going to get destroyed because the scriptures tell us how we should be towards these things when our enemies coming down on us, which we know is very, very soon. I'm gonna get Lamentations 3 and 52 because I think this is very symbolic of what's happening here. Through the Spirit, it says, "Mine enemies chase me sore like a bird without cause," and that's what's happening with these surveillance planes. In the time of trouble, man, y'all not gonna be able to run. It's gonna be a slaughter. It's not even gonna be close. Now, will Jake get the best of some of these low-level Edomites and some of these encounters, these engagements? Yeah. But ultimately, man, it's going to be a slaughter. Save the elect, save the remnant, the 144,000 and the 1/3 that the Lord said He's going to have mercy on, because the Most High is going to be the one that's going to deliver us. All right. It says, "It chased me sore like a bird without cause. They have cut off my life in the dungeon and cast a stone upon me." And that's where we are in this world. Now, Jeremiah is speaking about, his time, but this goes twofold because that's the situation that we're in now. We're likening it to Jeremiah, especially the prophets, where they've cast us into a prison. America's already a big concentration camp, basically, and it's going to get darker and worse. It says, "They have cut off my life in the dungeon and cast a stone upon me. Waters flowed over my head. Then I said, I am cut off." All right. It says, "I called upon thy name, O Lord Yahweh, out of the low dungeon." And that's what the elect are doing. We're calling on the name. says, thou hast heard my voice, hide not thine ear at my breathing, at my cry. All right. That's very, very important that we're on the right side of the Most High, of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, that the Most High will even hear us to begin with, because you know the Most High forbid he ignores us, man. We're in for a very heavy judgment. You don't want the Most High to withdraw Himself from you in these days coming up. It says, thou drewest near in the day that I called upon thee. Thou saidest, fear not. It says, O Lord, thou hast pleaded the causes of my soul. Thou hast redeemed my life. O Lord Yahweh, thou hast seen my wrong. Judge thou my cause. All right. And when we're going into a very big time of judgment right now. Now you need to ask yourself, do some introspection to see, you know, what type of stone are you? Are you a filthy stone, slothful? Or are you likened it to a precious stone, one that he can use to help build up the temple, which we know is the spiritual temple that uh, is being rebuilt, starting with the house of David. It says, thou hast seen all their vengeance and all their imaginations against me. And the Most High has seen it. It says, thou hast heard their reproach, O Lord Yahweh, and all their imaginations against me. Because the Most High is controlling this man. He knows what he's up to. See, the Most High knows what power that he's given Esau-Edom. But it's our people that don't know, that think they can go out in the corner and strap up and think they're making a statement on their own will, you know. Thou hast heard their reproach, O Lord Yahweh, and all their imaginations against me. It says, the lips of those that rose up against me, and their device against me all the day. Because they had to go to Congress and sell this. Can we spy on our own citizens and all of this? And they were like, yeah, here's some arguments right here, because these niggas are out of control, and eventually we're gonna have to do away with them anyway. Esau-Edom has had these conversations behind closed doors. Their lips have been against us this entire time, regardless of how it sounds on television. All right, with politicians, but the scriptures say their lips were smooth as oil, but war was in their heart. Or their words were smooth as oil, and war was in their heart. It says, behold, they're sitting down and they're rising up. I am their music. Render unto them a recompense, of Lord Yahweh, according to the work of their hands. It's saying, render unto them a recompense, O Lord Yahweh, not Israelites doing it on our own out here, trying to pick up, straps and be as carnal on a carnal level as Esau-Edom. That's going off, man. This is Psalms 140, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Psalms 140 and 2, Salakia. Actually, I'll start at 1. Deliver me, O Lord Yahweh, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. All right. So this is something we should be asking the Lord for, man. Not getting carnal. All right. Which imagine the mischiefs in their heart continually. Are they gathered together for war? This is what Esau-Edom does. He's gathered together for war. All right. Because this is an empire. He's constantly at war. His military is all over the place. He's constantly pouring money in to weapons and military equipment. How do you think he got these spy planes and these drones and these nukes and these laser weapons and these robots and all types of other stuff that we don't even know about yet? Because they continually gather together for war. It says they have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. All right, and that's that propaganda that they're getting ready to spew, that they have been spewing, but it's getting ready to ramp up. They're gonna tie it all in with the vaccine and just people being violent, protests and riots. Because on the low, Esau-Edom wants you to get riled up in that riot and spirit, so he can have a reason to put hands on you on a mass scale. It says they have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Salah. It says, keep me, O Lord Yahweh, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purposed to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid a snare for me and cords. All right, and one of those snares is these protests, these riots. That's a snare because they're gonna get a lot of you niggas on camera. They're gonna catch a lot of you with weapons on you, flashing weapons. All you niggas flashing guns. They're gonna use that. That's a snare, man. They're gonna use that against us. It says they have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. Salah. I said unto the Lord Yahweh, thou art my power. Hear the voice of my supplications, O Lord Yahweh. Is, O power of the Lord, the strength of my salvation. Thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. All right. So it's not us that have this ability to go out there and battle. I don't care how big you is, how much weights you lift, how much you go to the practice range. It's the Most High that covers us in battle, man. Even King David knew this, and he was a the mightiest of the mighty man. The scriptures say King David slew tens of thousands of men, man. You know, and King David knew where his power came from. All right, so why can't you niggas get it? It says, grant not, O Lord Yahweh, the desires of the wicked, further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves. All right, because if this man's power gets any greater, man, he's gonna win. All right. Now we know it's prophesied the Lord's going to come in at the last minute and halt all these things and lift up the standard. But you can see how crazy this technology is getting, man. He's able to do all types of crazy laser weapons and spy on you from space and track you anywhere in the world. He's got he can alter your DNA. He can just do it through the food. You know, by the things you eat, you slowly over time you it changes your body, man. We can't win against this. The Most High has to stop this thing, man. It says, as for the head of those that compass me about, let the mischief of their own lips cover them. Let the burning coals fall upon them. Let them be cast into the fire, into deep pits, that they rise not up again. And that's part of the prophecy that the Most High is going to do exactly that. He's just going to utterly burn this place. That's how angry he is. All right. It says, let not an evil speaker be established in the earth. Evil shall hunt the violent man to overthrow him. I know that and to be honest, um, you jakes that are in this overly violent, overly carnal spirit, that same thing is gonna come for you, man. As the scriptures say, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You know, as the saying goes. It says, "Let not an evil speaker be established in the earth. Evil shall hunt down the violent man to overthrow him. I know that the Lord Yahweh will maintain the cause of the afflicted and the right of the poor. Surely the righteous shall give thanks unto thy name. The upright shall dwell in thy presence." You know? So that's what we need to be praying for, man. At the end of the day, that's basically it. There's one more account here in Psalms 21. This whole chapter is good, but um, I'll start at Psalms 21 and 8. It says, "Thine hand shall find out all thine enemies. Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee." The Most High's right hand. All right. So ultimately, man, we just need to make sure we're in the right standing with the Most High, with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Do the work. Don't get tired. All right. Serve Him faithfully. And a lot of us going to have that same spirit of endurance that Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego had, because we're going to be tried. All right. The Most High is going to test you to see if you're worthy of salvation. It says, "Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger, for the Lord Yahweh shall swallow them up in his wrath, The fire shall devour them. Now that's prophesied over and over in the scriptures, man. When you read Malachi, when you read Isaiah 34, when you read Revelation, parts of Jeremiah, this place is prophesied to just go up in flames. And there's no denying that. All right. So what are you gonna do with a weapon that holds 16 rounds? It says, their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among them, from among the children of men, for they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. So the Most High, all these things that we're seeing, these planes here, man, these spy planes, this is the will of the Heavenly Father, and the Most High is going to let it ramp up to the point where He deems necessary to shut it down. All right. But He's showing you His power and how we're no match for it. All right. It says, therefore thou shalt make them turn their back when thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon thy strings against the face of them. And those arrows are getting made ready right now. Because these other nations, they hate America, man. And wait till this mark of the beast system pop off fully. You're gonna see it, We're gonna see it in our lifetime. This thing could happen in the next year, 2 years, man. I could easily see it happening this year, but no man knows the time, But we see it coming together. All right. Last verse, it says, be thou exalted, Lord Yahweh, in thine own strength, so we will sing and praise thy power. So with that, y'all brothers get the point. Now is not the time to be carnal. Now more than ever is the time to be more and more spiritual. Let your eye be single, as the scriptures say, so that your whole body is full of light. All right. Now is the time to gird yourself with wisdom and understanding. Be more in the spirit, not gird yourself with weapons and armor and all this other carnal stuff. So with that, hopefully y'all were edified. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachakwadash, Shalom, Wa Abba Babal.